This video is brought to you by Battlezoo Ancestry's Dragons, the book that lets you play as a dragon. Written by Pathfinder veteran Mark Seifter, this book adds over 45 new dragon playable ancestries to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Now available at battlezoo.com. This video is also brought to you by Dungeons & Lasers Encounters, which kicks off their crowdfunding campaign on GameFound today. If you're not already familiar with the Dungeons & Lasers product line, they produce highly detailed and modular pieces of scenery to use with your game table to turn normal encounter maps into fully 3D environments. I've purchased a lot of their terrain in the past and hope you take a moment to check out this new campaign that's linked in the description. Hey everybody, Dave here with another Pathfinder rule reminder for you, and today's topic deals with regeneration, fast healing, and negative hit points. The question I was asked reads as follows. I was in a game yesterday where the creature went to dying, but we hadn't figured out what deactivates its regeneration yet. So my GM started tracking negative hit points as we would continue to strike it, so even with regeneration, it couldn't get up until we could deactivate it. Is that how this situation is supposed to work? And the short answer is no. At least by raw, that's not the way the rule is intended. But let's go ahead and break down the different pieces of this particular question. So first we need to look at the definition for fast healing and regeneration. And it says, a creature with fast healing or regeneration regains the listed amount of hit points each round at the beginning of its turn. A creature with regeneration has additional benefits. Its dying condition cannot increase to a value that would kill it. This stops most creatures from going beyond dying 3 as long as its regeneration is active. If it takes any damage of a type listed in the regeneration entry, its regeneration deactivates until the end of its next turn, including against the triggering damage. So that's the definition that we have for fast healing and regeneration. So now let's take a look at a common monster with regeneration, which is a troll. This is one of the most frequent areas where people will encounter this particular issue. And if we look at the stat block for a troll king, we see that it has 220 hit points and it has regeneration 30, which means at the start of each of its turns, this troll king is going to heal 30 hit points up to its maximum hit points, and in the parenthetical next to it, it says deactivated by acid or fire. So what this means is every turn that the troll receives damage of either the acid type or the fire type, its regeneration pauses, it deactivates until the end of its next turn. And so if you deliver a killing blow to this troll while it's in that period of its regeneration being deactivated, it's going to die just like anything else. But the question becomes, what happens if you've knocked it unconscious and its regeneration is active and you keep hitting it? Will it go into negative hit points? And if you did, say, 45 points of damage while it was unconscious and not able to die because its regeneration is still active, would you track that negative 45 hit points at the start of its turn? It's going to heal 30 hit points, leaving it at negative 15 hit points, and let you keep wailing on it, and on its next turn, if it's still within 0 and negative 29 hit points, it will, in theory, get back up. But that's not the way it works in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and the reason why it doesn't work that way is the notation under knocked out and dying. And it says, creatures cannot be reduced to fewer than 0 hit points. So point blank period cannot be reduced to less than 0 hit points. There's no such thing as negative hit points in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So what this means is if that troll gets knocked unconscious and you and your friends just keep stabbing it, it doesn't really matter how much damage you do. The amount of damage being done is irrelevant. At the start of its next turn, if its regeneration is active, then it's going to go to 30 hit points and be conscious again. So again, the short answer is no, that's not the way it works by Raw, but if you're a player in this campaign, I don't know if I would be complaining too loud if you're GM. Well, first of all, GMs are allowed to educate the rules in whatever manner they believe is best for their game. So if your GM wants to track negative hit points, if that's what makes sense for them, then that's perfectly fine. But again, as a player, this is to your benefit. Your GM was doing this, so I don't think I would complain too loud about it. But that's the way it works. There's no such thing as negative hit points. It doesn't matter if you keep stabbing it after it's at 0. If its regeneration is active and it comes back to the start of its turn, it's going to regenerate those 30 hit points or whatever its regeneration value is and be fully functional again. So that's it for today. If you have any questions about this, please leave those in the comments. I will leave links to any of my other videos that deal with healing and fast healing and dying and such in the description of this video. And as always, I want to take a moment to say thank you to everybody out there who supports me, whether that's by clicking the like button, subscribing to the channel, buying a super thanks, subscribing to the Patreon, sharing the videos with your friends. It all adds up, and I greatly appreciate everything you folks do to support me. With that, thanks for watching, take care, and happy gaming.